So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter-press are very potent.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. It's a promising position. Impressive jump! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Bellingham. And here's Dembele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Van der Ven can get it clear.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's been slipped through. Great chance! Battling for the right to play in the early stages. Mbappe wants to run onto this. Tchouameni. And that has left him in a heap. Cafu. And it's Tchouameni. And it's Rice. Bellingham cuts out the pass. Pass somewhat off target. Silvestre. Rice. Ibrahimovic. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Alexander-Arnold. Tchouameni scooting forward. Rice. That's the throw. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Silvestre is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Mbappe. Well, played right into his path. And he's picked it up out wide. Crosses it in here. Zanetti. Looking to play him in. And Zanetti. Played into space. Now this could be a chance.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Now it's Drogba. Silvestre. Zanetti. Out towards the flank. Tchouameni passes short and sharp. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Cafu. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And it's Rice. Bellingham. Oh, good spread. Knocks it into space. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Alexander-Arnold picks it up out wide. Rice. Van Nistelrooy. Cafu. Here's Tchouameni. And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's got Rice! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Borussia Dortmund couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
And he welcomes it in. Thinks, and Yaya Toure! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yaya Toure is offering a right smile there.
Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. That has been cut short. Lobbed in behind. Ibrahimovic receives it in a wide position. That has not gone well. Dembele tries to pass it through. And the referee has signalled for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
And a quick announcement today.
That's the first half compared with your expectation.
Look, I think sometimes they're crossing for crossing's sake. It's percentage football. The more balls you get in the box, the likelier it is to score. Well, that's good to a point, but they also need an alternative.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. Away we go again. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Tries to play it through. Now here's the delivery. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Cafu. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Borussia Dortmund can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Rice. And here's Dembele. Ronaldinho. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Silvestre. He's picked his way through. Silvestre. Oh, that's nice. Great ball, and he's in here. Zanetti. And the shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Rice with the short one. Real chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Tchouaméni is there, and he can pick it up. And this is Ronaldinho. Now that looks a decent ball. And a chance! Oh, it's hit the post! It's in! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Borussia Dortmund have penetrated for the first time.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Tchouaméni with a definite foul there. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And this is Yaya Toure. He's a sharp little ball here. Cafu. Great vision. This looks promising. That's a sharp pass. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Van der Ven gets it away. Van Nistelrooy, who needs just a moment to score a goal. He's found a way through. Ronaldinho. That's good play. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And this is Van Nistelrooy. They're urging him to shoot. Decent chance! And that's a sharp finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Borussia Dortmund. Yaya Toure! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
That has ended up in no man's land. No, again there's no way through. Robertson made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Robertson does really well to win the ball there. Robertson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Silvestre is fouled. Oh, he's taken it. Mbappe.
Borussia Dortmund have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That is good alertness. Bellingham. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Rice, who's set up one goal so far. 2 minutes to be added on. Mbappe aimed beyond the defence. Throw in. Robertson. There's the crossfield ball. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, there's the unmistakable figure of Dimitar Berbatov. There was never any question of leaving a man of his talents on the bench.
Yeah, you can't question this guy's abilities or his track record. Yet it's funny how he remains a divisive figure.
Well, that was that languid style, wasn't it, which does have its detractors.
Yeah, he's a player who's always been extremely calm, and he likes to kind of think on the ball. Some say that was lazy, slowing the game down a little too much, but I've never seen it that way.
Oh, good effort! He doesn't look too happy with that. He's gone for goal! And for a moment, time stood still. He is through here. Duke receives it in a wide position. Robertson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Yaya Toure. Looking to play him in. It's Dembele! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Liverpool are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Yaya Toure. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Right card. So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. Bellingham is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
There's the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Diouf actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. This to be all square. A formality, we're level. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, any penalty that finds the net is a good penalty, even if that didn't convince.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 2, then. Liverpool have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Diaz. Diouf. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold. That's a shade optimistic. Oh, good spread. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Great ball if he can get there. De Bruyne has it in a wide position. Could be danger here, and the shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Park Ji-sung clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, third corner of the game. A header! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Drogba. That's going to go a long way. They get a throw in. Oh, it's Dembele. Drives it in. And the ball is out of play. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Very nicely done. And he whips it. Impressive jump. Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Looking for options for movement. Bellingham. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Oh, this looks sharp. Great vision. Diaz. Yaya Toure, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. He's in plenty of space here. And here's Drogba. And he's had it nicked away. Played out towards the right wing. Drogba showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well-timed, excellent interception. Oh, he's found support out wide. And it's claimed by the keeper. Bellingham. And it's Dembele.
2 added minutes.
Alexander-Arnold. It's a pretty loose pass. And he was quick to react. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. We expected better, and so did he. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incidents and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So once again, we're underway. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And the pass is intercepted. No, that's been intercepted. Gently done. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Can he get on the end of this? And Dijk deals with that comfortably. Shapes to shoot! It's in!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there. But you have...
Mbappe has got himself a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Alexander-Arnold looking to play it into the box. Diaz. Stood up well to him there. Mbappe. Shot could be on. Chance here to counter. Park Ji-sung. He's a sharp little ball here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
It's a promising position. Hangs in across. He leaps for it. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Yaya Toure is offering a right smile there.
Oh, easy pickings there. He's found a way through. And this is Drogba. Oh, it's Yaya Toure. He's had a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Timber. Khan gets it away. Oh no, he's got that wrong. And they're quick to get it back.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
De Bruyne! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And he's running, he's having a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So their fourth corner of the game. And the keeper beats it away. Referee's given a throw. Now it's De Bruyne. Mbappe. Now it's Drogba. And it's De Bruyne.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Duke finds himself offside. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating.
Oh, he's all alone. Chance for a shot! And there's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
And this is Dembele. And smartly reclaimed. Shot a goal! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
It's their second corner of the game. He had to, and yet he could not. Corner number 3 coming up. Dembele! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Played through for him. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's given the time to pick a pass. Now it's Mbappe. It's Drogba! And a neat finish. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Just one in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Mbappe. He's on it, can he get away? Just eases him off the ball.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Now it's Diaz. Cannavaro makes the interception. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Tries to thread one through. Oh, he's onto this. Van der Sar gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. That's the throw. Now it's Mbappe. Rijkaard. Well, that looks a decent ball. Bellingham.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now, can they get him away? Robertson is in a really good position out wide. And that will be the final act. Liverpool did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass.
Please turn your attention to the screen.
Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. Edwin van der Sar, such a calm, composed keeper.
He is one of the first sweeper keepers, Peter, because his feet are almost as good as his hands.
Robertson. And he's cut it out. Seedorf. It's Albertini. Vieira. He's picked his way through. Closing. He's having a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Has to go back here. Oh, important interception. Tries one from range. And that has fizzed wide.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now he's off and running. Vieira wins the duel this time. Now this could be a chance. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, it's Dembele. And this is Drogba. Shot a goal! And it's come back out to him. Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Vieira. So still waiting for the first breakthrough here, but it has been a pretty open start.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Oh, it's Dembele. Maldini proves too strong.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Vieira. Bellingham can see things, others simply cannot. Threads one in. Pinches it off him. So what can they make of this? It's come to nothing. Not the most accurate pass. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's Bale.
Poland definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Oh, good take in a good area. Bellingham. Oh, good spread. Now it's Drogba.
Poland have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Back to the keeper it goes. Keeper's got good distance on that. Van Dijk makes the interception. And here's Bale. He's found a way through. Big chance! Goal! Poland! That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Yaya Toure delivers. Oh, that's a fine interception. Seedorf. Vieira. Cruyff. That is a great pick out. Oh, what a save from Van der Sar!
Liverpool certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, well played.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
It's Drogba! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And here's Drogba. Dembele! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Liverpool with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Now here's the delivery. Terrific effort!
There will be 1 minute added time.
That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And he's managed to get rid. Bellingham. Can he get it through? And here's Dembele. There's the shot! Oh, good finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Number 8. Bellingham.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish. And that is all they have time for. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
Hello, everybody.
So there was the first half.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch, with chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
Substitution in progress.
So we're into the second 45. Good pressure, determined, intense. And nicely intercepted. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's a lovely, neat pass. Albertini. Good running, strong and purposeful. Is there any support? He might not need it. It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? The ball goes in. Bellingham! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
That pass has been well intercepted. Seedorf. Albertini. Davids. Bale. Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Albertini. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He steps in, and that's the end of that. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the keeper's given it away. Maldini. And it's Maldini. Oh, this looks sharp.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Pass is just off target. And they can counter here. Albertini. And this is Adriano. Now there's a fine ball, and he's managed to get free. They've got a corner here.
Substitutions taking place.
Poland are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. And now they can spring out of defence. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Cruyff. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And he's gone long. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Cruyff. It's Pelé! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Van Dijk calmly anticipates. Alexander-Arnold looking for the run. Dembele.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Liverpool really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Good take, and is he in? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking for options for movement. Dembele in acres of space out wide. Keeper's dealt with that. And he's in on goal. Can he finish? It's hit the upright. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now then, the ball's come loose. It's a goal kick. And the pass is intercepted. Cantona.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bellingham. That's good running with the ball.
There will be 1 minute added
That's a
time.
shade optimistic. Davids. Cruyff. Now it's Cantona. Rummenigge is onto this. And there goes the final whistle. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.
Hello, attendees.
What are your thoughts
This
on
is
today's
a
game then,
Lost
Jim?
Children's
Liverpool
announcement.
certainly had
Please
some
keep your
good
eye
moments,
on your
Peter.
children
There were
during the
plenty of
match at all
encouraging
times.
spells that more should have been made of.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The
match.
stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
And this is Dembele, Alexander-Arnold. And that is a little undercooked. Alexander-Arnold is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And here's Batistuta. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And that is headed for the middle. Throw it. Well, that pass isn't the best. Forlan. And it's Gerrard. Thinks about the shot. Oh, right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. It's loose, and again! And it's a goal! And we have liftoff! Batistuta at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So, a breakthrough already. He's a sharp little ball here. Good running, strong and purposeful. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Robertson running with the ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Aimed beyond the defence. And that is expertly dealt with. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Hibernian clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. Now that looks a decent ball. Conte. And here's Dembele. Alexander-Arnold. Chance to deliver.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Tries to play it through. Incoming delivery. Robertson is there and he can get that clear. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Cross-diving header! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Now that was a full-blooded header.
Drogba may have slightly misjudged the timing, but there was nothing wrong with the intent.
Getting on for a third of the way through. Goes for the shot! Oh my word, that is quite something! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Liverpool are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Drogba.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Alexander-Arnold. Dembele is wide and looking to get onto this. And he can clear it away. Mbappe! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Passing nice and neat. Can he get it through? Well, played right into his path. And it's Bellingham. Real chance! And that's a tidy finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Liverpool leading now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Knocks it out wide. He's through here.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Drogba. That's a little off target. Tries from a long way out. Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Expertly cut out, really nice. That's the end of the first 45. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy.
Just a quick announcement.
So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Liverpool are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. We're on the move again. Alexander-Arnold. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Gerrard. Great vision, and he's picked it up out wide. Cross from Hakimi. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And we have our very first corner. Good read, needed to be. And now they can spring out of defence. He has found the way through. No, it's come to nothing. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Couch. Yaya Toure, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. Marquinhos. Conte. Passing is crisp and sharp. Just eases him off the ball.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Rijkaard. That's going wide left. He can run onto that. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Some really good ball movement. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Drogba. Bellingham. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And this is Dembele. Bellingham. Shot could be on. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a good position here. It's Forlan. Ronaldinho. Spread neatly. And this chance!
Hibernian really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And no, he's seen through all of that. Ronaldinho. That has been cut short. Dembele chasing after it. Bellingham. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Can he get on the end of this? Alexander-Arnold. It's a good look. He's rising! And the header is disappointing in the end.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Liverpool clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Now it's Drogba. Liverpool have their second corner now. Well, now it's a race for the ball. That's a decent clearance. Nicely spread. Ball is over the line. Bellingham plays it in. Khan deals with that, nice and simple. Somewhat off target, and he's picked out the run. Couch receives it in a wide position. He's given the time to pick a pass. Great defending, strong and determined. Looking to play him in. He is through here. Alexander-Arnold has it out wide and in space. Defending of the desperate variety. He's having a hit! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Mbappe. Drogba. Shot a goal! And that's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Played towards the front line. And here's Couch. And that's that. Liverpool have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Drogba claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very little room for argument.
Transportation today. Please watch the screen.
What a turnaround victory for... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, this guy Caicedo really is the definition of the word tireless. One of the best defensive midfielders around.
A chance! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Bellingham going forward.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more.
And a header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, no joy this time. That's a sharp pass. Robertson proves just a little bit too strong. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Bellingham! They want to be quick to recover. Oh, what has happened here? And that's aimed into the middle. And he's quick to get rid. Robertson. And this is Drogba. Oh, super ball. Big chance! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Toure kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's managed to get free. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now, can they get him away? He's got away. Yaya Toure delivers. And that's the keeper's ball. He won't be happy with that one. That's a little off target. And it's Yaya Toure. Pressure coming in from all directions. Toure cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And here's Dembele. Crosses it in. Good read, needed to be.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, it's Dembele. No, that's been intercepted.
Well, yet another interception, and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Yaya Toure. And he can thump it away. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, this looks sharp. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? 30 minutes gone. And here's Drogba. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, this looks sharp. Now that's well seen too. Oh, it's Dembele.
This is the time you need that pace.
Pass somewhat off target. Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide. And that's going right the way across. Bellingham. He's having a hit! Brilliant from Toure! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Yaya Toure.